let's talk a little MVP race. Now, first, let's set the table here. Players can only miss 17 games before they are ineligible for end-of-the-season awards. Right now, SGA can miss 6 more. Jokic can miss 1 more. Wemby can miss 4 more. Now, with all of that said, I want all of you to say... I want all of you to say who you would choose to be MVP if the season ended today. I'm going to start with you, Steve Nash.
I think Shai's the front runner for me. I mean, guy's efficiency is off the charts. His team's outstanding. I mean, you could make the case that he has great players around him, and they're the best team, but he won it last year. He's gotten even better this year. And so for me, he is the front runner. But man, we can make a case for all these guys.
Dirk, who are you picking?
I mean, Shai is his to lose. You know, obviously he still has a little cushion there till 17 games. I agree. They're obviously a good team, but without him, they're good. With him, they're great and elite. So he does put them over the top. So for me, it's Shai right now too. But we got to talk about the 65-game rules. But,
we do. Once BG picks, you've got SGA.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think we have to talk about Cade Cunningham and what he's doing. I don't know what the MVP odds are. I don't know where the race is, but Cade's season and what the Detroit Pistons are doing, Detroit Pistons would not be anywhere close to what they are without Cade Cunningham. If he missed extended time, they are not the same team. And that's not to slight any player on their roster because they play extremely hard, but he has been fantastic in the clutch. Throughout the regular season, he's been just a constant. Not saying he's going to win, but he should be talked about, especially given the fact that now Jokic is 1 game away. Shai doesn't have that many games. Wemby is incredible, and I think that his worth to that team goes so far beyond the offensive stats because we see how many ways he affects the game. Another shout out, Jaylen Brown. I mean, I don't hear his name talked about enough. I know we highlighted him.
Which is strange. Why do you think that
we
is?
all had to pick one. He's picking 6. So, I mean, that's a little unfair. I like these guys, too.
Just make the case for everyone, Blake.
We've got Shai, and Cade. That's you all's picks. But I do want to stay there for a second.
I was just trying to give a little shine to these guys, man. I went with Cade.
I love all these guys, too.
Why do you think Jaylen Brown's name is not brought up as much as the other guys?
I mean, sometimes it's narratives. Maybe a little bit as Missoula's getting a lot of credit for their success this year as well. They both deserve credit equally. You know, I know there are some on-off numbers with him that aren't as great as maybe his performances, but I think that part of that is him two things. Like for him, his performance when they're off the court, they're very good when they're off the court, but Joe also changes lineups. So he puts like bench guys in the starting lineup, starters on the bench, so they have much more balance. So he's going against starters with certain bench guys, which may influence his on-off numbers. And then the rest of it, I think, is just narratives. I mean, you know, sometimes how do you feel about a team? Like we didn't mention Luka yet, and he's leading the league in scoring because we don't feel great about the Lakers. We haven't mentioned Ant, very similar statistics to Jaylen and Cade and all these guys, because maybe we don't feel as great about the Timberwolves season so far. So I think some of it is just the way people gain momentum and how their team looks and feels. And that to me is where Jaylen Brown deserves a lot of credit. The team is functioning so well. If your best player does not buy in or allow that, you know, that your team's not going to play that well. So we could go down the line. They're all great players. You know, it will be fascinating, though, if guys start missing too many games and we start going down. And what does that say to this award and going forward? Everyone's deserving.
Yeah.
Every year there's multiple people that are deserving. But what happens if 2-3 elite guys don't make 65 games? Do we have a problem here?
How big of a problem is the 65-game rule?
We already do have the problem.
Problems here?
It is a problem, but I think the problem also is, okay, so where do you move the goalposts? And you can't keep moving the goalposts. It's unfair to past winners. It's unfair to guys now who are trying to win. So I don't know. I completely understand them trying to put some parameters around it and saying, you know, you can't be sitting out 20 games a year.
So would you rather go back to just it's vote on it, doesn't matter how many games, or would you rather bring it down to 60?
I think it's go back to what it was and you just vote. And like voters, listen, you vote.
They do.
Voters
You're saying trust the voters.
Voters are smart. Like they,
Voters need to take the
you have to
responsibility,
understand if a guy has missed 25 games, like that's not an MVP.
Okay, but that's the thing. If that is what you're saying, then that could be the benchmark.
25 games.
Well, I'm saying you could say any number and just
Missed
say if they have
25
missed
games.
this amount, then they shouldn't win. That's still that's quantifying the games that they should
Well,
win.
it's up to the voter. I mean, if you as the voter are like, you know what, he's missed 25 games, plus their team was above 500 when he was sitting out, all of those things should factor in. It can't just be, in my opinion, can't just be the hard 65-game rule. If you play 64 and you average 31.8 and you're Shai-Gilgeous Alexander and your team's #1 in the NBA,
And when you play, you win 8 out of 10 nights. You know, like those are things you should just have nuance about. I think
playing back-to-backs, you've got a streak of 100 and something games of 20-plus points. Like Steve said earlier, he won MVP last year. He's better efficiency this year. They're still #1. So,
did it matter to, genuinely asking, did you all have an issue with some of the outcomes before this was a rule? When
I won MVP, I had a huge problem with it.
Well, Dirk never missed a game, so he didn't have a problem with
21 years.
But no, I mean, it's just one of those things. The league tried to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to say, like, hey, we tried. Now maybe this isn't the best thing. Let's move back.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with going back if you find out. We have data now that says we're not comfortable with this.
Yeah, I think 65 games are just a little high. If you look at Joker, he had one serious injury. And now he's 1 game away of not being eligible for. Not only we're talking MVP, but we're also talking for all NBA teams, you know, where we already have no Giannis now, no Steph.
And that's tied to salary bonuses, too.
That's tied to salary bonuses.
Which is really why voters have to take it as seriously as possible. It's just the incentives and the money that is on the line. If you are making these votes, a lot of it is tied into things like All-Star and All-NBA. So
you also don't want guys, you know, if they're close, right? Like Jokic is close, and you don't want guys to try to rush back just for the sake of being in this conversation, because at the end of the day, like, we want to see these guys in the playoffs. So during the regular season, making sure that you're healthy, and teams are smart enough now, all these teams have robust medical staff telling guys when they should pull back, when they can go. I don't want to see guys have to try to force something just for the sake of an award.
I'm Taylor Rooks with NBA on Prime. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see interviews with your favorite players, experience the most exciting moments from around the league, and see what the NBA on Prime crew is up to all season long. And remember, you can hang out with us live each week during the NBA season, only on Prime.